Plus dangerous heat and humidity in the forecast. We're going to have the details of that, plus rain chances all coming up.
But first, here's a live look from our Skyview 22 camera at the Thompson Hotel. You can see that sunshine, Melissa, starting to peek out, but looks like a calm start to your Sunday morning. Thanks so much for starting your day with WJCL 22 News. Good morning, I'm Tia Maggio. And joining me is meteorologist Melissa Hall. And Melissa, today's an impact day. It's going to get very hot outside. It's going to feel very, you heard humid. I heard humid, girl.
Steamy. Yes, it is going to be humid. You need to be sure to make sure you're taking those heat precautions because dangerous heat and humidity is in the forecast. Already had some showers pop up across the area. And as we get into the afternoon, that's going to become more frequent. You can see down south of us that yellow and orange, those are heavy downpours, and that is going to be something we could see a quarter to even a half an inch if you get one of those heavy downpours and you feel all the humidity and moisture that those systems have to work with. We do have a heat advisory in place for those counties shaded in orange all along the coastline and in the inland areas as well. We're all going to be feeling like we are into the triple digits. Taking a live look outside from Hotel Tybee there at Tybee Beach. Beautiful start to the day, but 81 feels like 87. And check out these feel-like temperatures. Already feels like it's 90 for you up in Beaufort and upper 80s in Hilton Head. And today we're going to get into the upper 90s, but Tia, add about 10 degrees to this because that's what it's going to feel like with that humidity factored in. Now we've got more heat and humidity in that forecast and rain chances. I'll show you that in a few minutes. Let's get a check of traffic track 22 this Sunday morning. The major interstates not having any problems. You can see I-95, I-16 moving at 65 miles an hour. If you're heading out to the airport, double check your flights because we do have several arrivals and departures that have been delayed, but traffic not going to be an issue that delays you this morning. From downtown out to our beautiful airport, 17 minutes, closer to 50 if you're coming in from Hilton Head and 42 from Hinesville. And Tia, it's not just the major interstates we're seeing an ice easy commute, so far finding it across the entire area. Taking a live look from Leopold's Ice Cream. This will probably be a popular spot today with feel-like temperatures well into the triple digits and a heat advisory for many. 81 already feels like 86. We're going to talk about just how hot it's going to feel, plus storm chances right after this. But you can check out that certified most accurate forecast no matter where you are, whenever you want. All you need is the WJCL 22 News app.
Your news, weather, and new country on Bob 106.9.
We have a heat advisory in place across the area for many of us. You see those counties shaded in orange. That's where from 11 a.m. until 7 p.m. we are going to have that heat advisory, not just along the coastline, but some of the inland areas as well. Now, if your county's not shaded, that doesn't mean you're catching a break from the heat. Everybody is going to be having that as an issue today. And already it feels very hot outside. As we take a live look from Skycam 22 at Harbortown, 82 feels like 89, and your thermometer, if you've got one of those maybe in your windowsill like we do, well, it's going to say it's in the low 80s all the way from Springfield over to Statesboro, Pembroke, downtown Savannah, into Jessup and out at the coastline. But look at this, 83 for you in Beaufort this morning. You wish it felt like 83. It already feels like it's in the 90s for several of us. Beaufort, Jessup, both of you feel like you're in the 90s already, and you see those upper to mid 80s for many of us this morning. And it is going to heat up quickly. We may have walked out to the 70s that already feel like they're in the 80s, but as we get into the second half of the day, triple digit feel like temperatures are going to be in place across the entire area with that heat advisory for many of us. And unfortunately, this heat's just not going anywhere. If you're getting out even this evening, maybe taking the dog for a final walk, it's still going to be incredibly hot. We've got some showers that have popped up across the area, and you could get some heavy downpours today. The best chance of it going to be in the second half of the day, that very summer-like weather pattern, and you could get a quarter to even a half of an inch with one of these cells. You see those darker colors, and those storm chances, they're going to be around almost every day of the next 10. We have just settled into a summer-like pattern. One place we're not seeing any storm chances though Here's the good news, my friends. No tropical development is expected in the next 7 days, but that heat is going to feel tropical the next 7 days. As you take a look, well above average temperatures, both daytime highs, Tia, and overnight lows. You walk out in the morning, still close to 80, and once you factor that humidity in, it is a sticky start, and even at the coastline, you got a streak of 90s. Many of us have a heat advisory in place, and we're all going to feel like we are into the triple digits with that humidity. I'm going to talk about just how hot it's going to get, plus storm chances in your full certified most accurate forecast.
First, here's a live look from our Skyview 22 camera at the Thompson Hotel of downtown Savannah. As you can see, Melissa, that sun is shining today. Definitely going to see it heating up here soon, though. Thanks so much for starting your day with WJCL 22 News. Good morning, I'm Tia Maggio, and joining me is meteorologist Melissa Hall. And Melissa, today's an impact day because, as you talked about earlier, the humid and hot temperatures we're going to see.
Yeah, and some of us already feel like we're into the 90s already, Tia, and it's just now 8:31 in the morning. And typically that shot of downtown Savannah makes me want to go find a rooftop, a patio, have brunch with the friends.
Not today.
Not today, my friends. No, no, no. You already see some folks out at the beach, and it is warm out there. 83 feels like 90 out at Tybee Island with plenty of sunshine in the forecast. And Tybee, you're not the only spot that already feels into the 90s. You find that in Beaufort, Jessup, Statesboro. You feel like you're 91 right now. And with that heat and humidity comes the heat advisory from 11 a.m. until 7 p.m. Those counties shaded in orange, but even the middle part of the area, you're going to feel like you are into the triple digits. Like I said, Statesboro, you already feel like you're at 90, and today 98 is going to be your daytime high, and we're going to see those mid to upper 90s. Even at the coastline, we're going to have low 90s, but tack on 10 to even 15 degrees to this temperature because that's what it feels once that humidity is factored in. Now, Tia, not only is it going to be hot and humid, but potentially stormy as well. We're going to take a look at Futurecast and track out the timing of these storms in a few minutes. Let's take a look at traffic track 22 to start off this Sunday morning. Maybe you want to head over to Puller, take advantage of some of those 4th of July sales. Well, if you're coming from downtown Savannah, taking I-16 and into I-95, only going to take you 11 minutes this morning. Tia, I think a lot of folks are sleeping in because we haven't had any problems on the area roadways. Live look from Skyview 22 from O.C. Welch Ford there in Hardyville. You can see 278 off in the distance. You see plenty of sunshine, and we're definitely feeling the heat. 81 feels like 86. We're going to talk about that impact heat right after this, but take your forecast with you. All you need to do is download the WJCL 22 News app.
Your news, weather, and the hits of the 80s, 90s, and more on Rewind 1079. Now, your Storm Tracker 22 forecast, certified most accurate.
Well, the Pacific Ocean has already had 4 named storms. Here we've had Arthur, but right now things are very quiet, both in the Pacific and out across the Atlantic. No tropical development is expected in the next 7 days, but it is feeling like the tropics outside. Going out the door already, many of us feel like we're in the 80s and 90s across the area. You can see those low 90s. 92 is your feel like temperature right now in Ridgeland. Not too much better over in Statesboro, where it's 91, and you see those 90s and mid to upper 80s across the coastline. So no surprise, a heat advisory is in place, especially across the coastline and in the inland areas. But all of us, it doesn't matter where you are, you're going to be dealing with that dangerous heat and humidity today, and it is going to stay steamy. As we look at the comfort cast, these temperatures and that humidity not going anywhere. Not going to be surprised to see that heat advisory extended into this week because things are going to stay well above average, both daytime highs and overnight lows. Radar fairly quiet right now. We do see a little cell that's popped up, but it's breaking apart. But through the day today, we're going to watch those rain chances increase. And you can see this little cell down to the southwest of us, not in our area, but notice those colors, the yellows that you see, that's the heavy downpours. And today you will have that potential for some heavy downpours that could give you a quarter to even a half an inch of rain as we get into the afternoon and evening hours. And we're going to keep a slight chance of showers overnight tonight into tomorrow. Now, severe weather not expected with this, but that doesn't mean you couldn't hear some rumbles of thunder. Those winds couldn't pick up to go along with the heavy downpour potential across the area. And as soon as you step outside, you feel how much moisture there is for any one of these storms to get going. Very heavy, thick air. And through the afternoon, look at how warm it's going to feel. You're into the triple digits for some of us before we even get to lunchtime. And as we get into the the afternoon hours, 105 to even closer to 110 for many of us across the area. So it's the day to take your heat precautions. If you don't have to get outside, especially during that hottest part of the day, don't do it. And if you do have to get outside, make sure you're taking frequent breaks, whether it be in the shade or the AC, and staying hydrated. Listen to your bodies, my friends. You're going to need to keep those cold drinks around because actual temperatures well into the 80s and even 90s before we get to the upper 90s for a daytime high. And we're just going to hold steady with this pattern. We should be at 92 this time of year. Tia, we're going to see every day of the next 10 with that heat well above where we normally are for the beginning part of July. And those overnight lows, they're not much better than either. You're not going to get much relief walking out the door. We should be at 73, closer to 80 in the inland areas, and out at the coastline, you actually will have some overnight lows that stay in the 80s, and those daytime highs, well, for you too, they're going to be into the 90s, but feeling like triple digits.
Don't go anywhere. We'll have a final check of your forecast when we come back.
It is an impact day today, and we might see that continued through this week because we have a heat advisory in place right now. But Tia, as you can see, that heat and humidity not going anywhere. Chance of a scattered shower or storm, especially as we get into the afternoon hours, and you're going to find that commonly across the entire area. And that triple-digit feel-like temperature, that's going to be very common across the area, 105 to 100.
Incredible.
Amazing.
Like,
yeah, good for her.
So good for. I mean, there's no way I could do it, Melissa.
No way.
You know, I do my rowing, in my workout, but that's as much I'll do.
They say that's one of the healthiest ways to work out.
Yes.
Yeah,
maybe that's why it's so hard. I mean, because I'll tell you, I'm rowing that and I'm sweating, girl.
You'll be sweating if you get outside today.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you so much, Melissa. And thank you all for joining us. Have a great rest of your day.